Your reality isn't fixed. It's been programmed. And the worst part? You're not the one behind the controls. Ever had that gut feeling that someone close to you doesn't genuinely want to see you win? They act supportive, but something just feels off. That's not paranoia. It's your intuition picking up on patterns. Carl Jung uncovered this psychological battleground long ago. Some people don't hate what you do. They hate what you represent. You mirror everything they failed to become, and that quietly destroys them inside. Here's where it gets dangerous. Jealousy isn't just a fleeting emotion. It's a weapon. A silent, energetic assault that keeps you doubting yourself, second-guessing your path and feeling stuck, all without even realizing it. And if you don't learn how to shield yourself from it, they win. Most advice stops at recognize the signs. But just knowing isn't enough. Once you spot these toxic patterns, what then? Stick with me, because I'm about to reveal ancient and rarely discussed methods that break this influence for good. If you ignore this, you'll stay trapped in those same draining cycles, attracting the same people, facing the same setbacks, again and again. Let's expose what's really happening. Most people think hatred shows up loudly, shouting, fighting, chaos. But the most dangerous form, it's silent. It hides behind fake smiles, forced congratulations, and carefully worded, "I'm happy for you" messages that don't feel right. Here's the truth. If someone secretly resents you, it often has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. It's their shadow at work. Carl Jung's shadow theory explains this perfectly. Every person carries a shadow self, a hidden side made up of everything they reject, deny, and despise within themselves. And instead of confronting that darkness, they project it onto others. So when someone harbors quiet hate for you, it's not really about you. What they can't stand is the reflection of their own shadow. Your confidence lights up their insecurities. Your achievements remind them of everything they haven't done. And now you know the truth. It's time to reclaim your power. Your happiness shines a light on the emptiness in their own lives. They don't actually hate you. They hate the fact that you force them to confront the parts of themselves they've been trying to ignore. Ever had a friend who stood by you when you were struggling, but grew distant, passive-aggressive, or just strange once things started going well for you? That's not just a coincidence. When you were at their level, they felt safe. But once you started rising, whether through hard work, growth, or ambition, they took it personally. Your success became a mirror reflecting their stagnation, even if you never meant it that way. Imagine two co-workers who start at the same position. They bond over shared struggles, vent about the same boss, and feel like a team. But then one of them starts to rise. Promotions, recognition, opportunities. The energy changes. Suddenly, the other starts making passive jabs, downplaying achievements, accidentally leaving them out of plans. What felt like friendship turns out to be quiet competition. And the moment you step out of that game, they see you as the enemy. What if I told you that some of the closest people in your life might be sabotaging you without even realizing it? The childhood friend who guilt trips you for growing beyond them, the relative who forgets to share opportunities, the co-worker who offers help but somehow always sets you up to fail. Carl Jung's research shows that most people are deeply in denial about their own bitterness and jealousy. They don't consciously say, "I want this person to fail." It's subtler than that. They convince themselves, "They think they're better than me," or "They just got lucky," or "They've changed." But what really changed is this. You started becoming the version of themselves they secretly wished they could be. Once you recognize these patterns, you can't unsee them. The fake support, the subtle digs, the growing resentment. And here's the most dangerous part. If you don't learn how to protect your energy from these silent attacks, their influence can derail your progress without you even knowing it. These people will slowly drain your energy, chip away at your confidence, and manipulate you into playing small, just so they can stay comfortable. So the real question becomes, how do you spot them before it's too late? They won't come out and say they hate you. They won't admit they're jealous or resentful, and they certainly won't confess their secret hope that you fail. No, they'll hide it, wrap it in jokes, fake concern, and subtle manipulation. Until one day you wake up and realize you've been surrounded by wolves in sheep's clothing all along. But once you recognize these 8 hidden signs, you'll never be fooled again. Sign number 1, contempt disguised as jokes. I was just kidding, you're so sensitive. Ever had someone make a joke at your expense, then act like you're the problem when you don't laugh? That's not humor, it's a psychological jab wrapped in sarcasm. Carl Jung warned that passive-aggressive humor often stems from deep resentment. These aren't jokes, they're tests. They're seeing how much disrespect you're willing to let slide. Action step: flip the frame. Next time someone throws a jab like, "Oh wow, look at you trying to be all successful now, huh?" reply with a smile, "Isn't it wild? You should try it sometime." Watch how fast the vibe changes. Sign number 2, hidden sabotage. Oops, I forgot to tell you. Oh, you needed that file. My bad. Have you noticed certain people always forget things that matter to you, but never seem to forget what benefits them? They're not forgetful. They're sabotaging you. According to Jung, subconscious jealousy often plays out through these subtle acts. They'll accidentally leave you out, forget to share important info, or always delay when you need them the most. Solution: protect your moves, keep your plans to yourself, share only with those who've proven trustworthy. Document important interactions, and never rely on someone whose track record is full of oops. Stop telling these people your plans. Stop relying on them for help. Move in silence. And watch how frustrated they become when they no longer have access to sabotage you. Sign number 3, silent competition. Oh, you got a new car? Nice. Did I mention I'm getting a Tesla? These people can't let you have a moment. Everything becomes a competition. Why? Because their self-worth is built on comparison. To them, your success means their failure. Game changer. Stop playing the game. The moment you stop reacting, stop engaging, and stop competing, they lose all power over you. Sign number 4, fake support. I'm so happy for you. But their tone, their pause, their energy says otherwise. Ever shared good news and felt an awkward silence before they forced a smile? That's not support, it's resentment. They'll start downplaying your achievements. Yeah, but anyone could do that. They'll stop showing up. Test this. Ask them for something inconvenient. Real friends step up. Fake ones vanish with excuses. Sign number 5, control disguised as caring. I just think you should be careful. I'm saying this because I care. Translation: I don't want you to outgrow me. If someone always advises you but never supports your independence, they're not protecting you, they're controlling you. Solution: stop asking for permission. Start making decisions without checking in. Watch how they react. Sign number 6, subtle gossip and character attacks. People are saying things about you. I just thought you should know. Some people act like they're warning you, but always seem to know every detail of the rumors. That's not protection, it's manipulation. Carl Jung's insight: people who spread false narratives are trying to control how others see you. Game changer: confront them. I heard you had some thoughts about me. Can we talk? Watch them panic. Sign number 7, lack of joy in your success. That's cool, I guess. Ever shared a win and noticed them go silent or immediately change the subject? Envy is admiration in disguise. They want what you have, but can't admit it. Hack. Watch their face when you share good news. Facial micro-expressions never lie. Sign number 8. Unconscious, non-verbal cues. People can fake words, but they can't fake energy. Secret weapon. Pay attention to tone, posture, micro-expressions, tense jaw, stiff body, forced smile, avoiding eye contact. That's hidden resentment. Now that you know how to spot these people, the question is, what do you do next? In the next section, you'll learn the energy shift that exposes fake friends instantly. This is where your real power begins. Some people are masters of deception. They'll smile, clap when you win, and pretend to support you, but their energy always gives them away. What if I told you your body already knows who's fake in your life? Before your brain processes it, your nervous system has already picked up the truth. Because here's the secret no one talks about. Energy never lies. Your gut knows before your mind does. Ever walked into a room and instantly felt uneasy? Sat next to someone and felt your mood drop or your stomach tighten? That wasn't in your head. That was your body warning you. Carl Jung's research lines up with ancient wisdom. Your subconscious picks up on energy shifts, facial microsignals, and unspoken tension long before your conscious brain catches up. That's why some people leave you feeling drained after just a conversation, even if they never say anything openly negative. The silent test. Ask yourself, do I feel lighter or heavier around them, calm or tense, energized or drained? Because here's the truth. Fake friends and hidden enemies will always drain you, even behind a smile. Their unspoken resentment shows up as energetic resistance, the instant tell. Watch their reaction when you share good news. If you want to know where someone truly stands, observe their immediate, unfiltered response. Your energy will feel the truth before their words can hide it. Do their eyes light up, or do they pause before forcing a smile? Do they quickly change the subject? Do they subtly downplay your success, making it seem like it's not a big deal? Here's what most people overlook. Real supporters feel joy when you win. Fake friends feel discomfort. That's when the social mask slips. Pay attention to micro-expressions. People can fake words, but they can't fake those split-second facial reactions. These tiny, involuntary expressions happen before someone has a chance to control their emotions. Carl Jung believed that the subconscious reveals itself in these exact moments. Watch closely, and you'll see it. A flicker of irritation when you share good news. A clenched jaw when you talk about an achievement. A quick glance away when you express excitement. These reactions happen before their face resets to fake a smile. That's when you catch the truth. But it gets deeper. What if I told you that the people around you are silently rewiring your brain without you even realizing it? Their thoughts, their emotions, and even their limiting beliefs are subtly programming your subconscious mind. Neuroscience confirms this. The human brain syncs with the energy of those around us. This is why being around negative, resentful people leaves you feeling drained, anxious, and unsure of yourself, even if they never say anything overtly negative. Think about it. Ever walked away from a conversation suddenly full of self-doubt, even though no one directly criticized you? Ever felt inexplicably exhausted after spending time with someone who seemed polite? Ever noticed your mindset shift based on the energy of the people around you? That's because energy is contagious. And if you're constantly surrounded by people who envy, compete with, or resent you, their energy begins to infiltrate your thoughts, your confidence, and even your choices. How to use this knowledge to protect yourself. Now that you know how to detect the energy shift, here's how to protect your mind and energy. Step 1. Test your body before trusting their words. Before analyzing what someone says, Tune into how you physically feel around them. Do you feel light or heavy, energized or drained, calm or on edge? Your nervous system knows. Your body doesn't lie, even when people do. Trust the signals. They're your built-in defense against hidden manipulation. Your gut always knows first. Stop ignoring red flags. If you constantly feel drained after being around someone, that's not random. That's your nervous system sounding the alarm. Listen to it. Detach and observe. Instead of reacting, become a silent observer. Watch their micro-expressions. Watch how they react to your wins. Observe their energy shifts. Begin to strategically distance yourself. You don't need to announce that you see through them. Just start revealing less, sharing less, and protecting your energy. Watch how they respond when you stop giving them access to your inner world. Because once you see the shift, you can't unsee it. Why do we keep attracting these people? It goes deeper than just energy. It's rooted in psychological conditioning. In the next section, everything clicks. You may have asked, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I attract fake friends, manipulative people, or those who quietly resent me? What if I told you, it's not random? The people you attract are a mirror of your subconscious programming. Carl Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The dark truth. You were trained to accept this. Most people don't just attract toxic individuals, they've been trained to tolerate them. If you had a parent who made love conditional, you may now accept relationships where support is only given when convenient. If you grew up around jealousy or competition, you may unconsciously seek out friendships that feel the same. If you were emotionally neglected, you might feel strangely drawn to people who withhold affection because it's familiar. And here's the most disturbing part. Most people don't even realize they're repeating these patterns. The hidden cycle. Trauma bonds, disguised as friendships. A trauma bond is a deep emotional attachment to someone who mistreats you, because the dynamic mimics what you grew up with. It feels normal. It's why people stay in toxic friendships for years, why they go back to emotionally abusive partners, why, even when it feels wrong, they hesitate to walk away. Because deep down, their subconscious is whispering, if I can just make this person love me, I'll prove I'm worthy. This is what love looks like. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Maybe I'm the problem. This is the trap, and if you don't break it, you'll keep repeating it. The pattern. You can't ignore. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. Write down every toxic person you've encountered. The friend who secretly competed with you, the partner who manipulated you, the relative who made you feel small. Now ask, what do they all have in common? Here's the truth. It's not a coincidence. Your subconscious is recreating familiar wounds. That's why people raised in emotional chaos attract dramatic relationships. That's why those with abandonment trauma gravitate toward people who make them feel easily replaced. Until you break the pattern, you will relive the same story, just with different characters. The wake-up call. Why people stay stuck. People would rather stay in familiar pain than face the unknown. It's why someone stays friends with a person who clearly resents them. Why they tolerate passive-aggressive sabotage from family. Why they doubt themselves even when the signs are obvious. Carl Jung called this the shadow trap, where people unconsciously seek out situations that reinforce their old wounds. And here's what's truly haunting. The people doing this to you often don't even realize it. They're also acting from their own unhealed trauma. The breaking point. How to escape the cycle. Step 1. Radical self-awareness. Acknowledge that your past has shaped your patterns, but it no longer defines you. Step 2. Identify emotional triggers. When someone reminds you of a critical parent or a jealous sibling, pause. That's your subconscious replaying an old script. Step 3. Stop explaining yourself. If someone constantly misunderstands or belittles you, stop trying to convince them otherwise. The right people won't need explanations. Step 4. Cut the energy first. Even if you're not ready to walk away physically, start detaching emotionally. Reclaim your energy. Reclaim your clarity. This is how you begin to break the cycle and finally build relationships that align with the healed version of who you are becoming. Your gut knows. Trust it. Stop reacting. Stop giving them access to your thoughts, your feelings, and your plans. Watch how they panic when they realize they no longer have control over you. Reprogram your subconscious. Start affirming, "I only attract people who truly support and uplift me." Watch how your reality begins to shift, because once you become conscious of the pattern, it loses its grip on you. But here's where it gets darker. The hidden saboteurs in your life. What if I told you these people aren't just acting from their own wounds, but from something much more sinister? This is deeper than psychology. This is spiritual warfare. Some people are energetic parasites. Have you ever noticed how certain people leave you feeling completely drained after just a short interaction? It's not because they're loud or difficult, it's something else. A weight that makes no logical sense. These people feed off your energy, especially your emotional reactions. Whether it's your joy, your anger, or your sadness, they need it to fuel themselves. How they drain you without you realizing it. They provoke emotional reactions, using guilt, backhanded compliments, passive-aggressive jabs. They feed off your response, defending yourself, over-explaining, or even just feeling upset gives them power. They repeat the cycle, and every time you engage, you leave feeling weaker. Carl Jung believed that some people are not entirely in control of themselves. They're driven by unconscious forces or even entities that hijack their behavior. Think about it. Ever seen someone's eyes change when they're angry, like they weren't fully present? Ever known someone who seemed to bring chaos and tension everywhere they went? Ever felt negative energy from someone's presence alone, even when they said nothing? That's not paranoia, that's real. If you're a person with strong energy, a clear purpose, or high ambition, you'll attract more of these people than most. Why? Because parasites target the brightest lights. They're drawn to spiritual, creative, or emotionally powerful individuals. Here's how to cut them off without them realizing it. Stop feeding them reactions. The moment you stop engaging, they begin losing control over you. Detach emotionally before physically. Pull your energy back. Stop sharing. Stop explaining. Just observe. Seal your energy. Before interacting, mentally say, "Your energy has no power over me." Watch their behavior shift. Walk away without drama. No confrontations, no grand exits. Just create distance and let them show their true colors. Because once you recognize what they are, they lose the ability to manipulate you. But what if cutting them off isn't an option? What if they're part of your workplace, family, or social circle? How to protect yourself from hidden attacks? Psychological warfare. This is where real power begins. Tactical, emotional control. Toxic people only thrive when they have emotional leverage. The moment you take that away, they start to unravel. Tactic number 1, the mirror trap. Toxic people hate their own reflection. If they mock you, mock them back, calmly. If they act condescending, return the same tone. If they guilt-trip you, gently reverse it. Why it works. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. Once the dynamic flips, they lose their grip. Tactic number 2, controlled silence. Most people react immediately. That's what toxic individuals count on. Next time they throw shade, pause, hold eye contact, say nothing. Silence makes them uncomfortable. It forces them to sit in their own insecurity. They'll either backpedal, expose themselves, or dig a deeper hole. Tactic number 3, the gray rock method. For people who thrive on emotional chaos, the best response is no response. Be boring, be neutral. Don't give them reactions, stories, or energy. When you become uninteresting, you become untouchable. This is how you break the cycle, without confrontation, without drama, without giving them power. In the next part, we'll dive even deeper into energetic shielding and advanced subconscious rewiring, because now that you've identified the threat, it's time to fully reclaim your power. They need your reactions to fuel them. So what happens when you give them nothing? The gray rock method. This technique is designed to make you completely uninteresting to manipulators. The goal? Starve them of emotional fuel. Don't react emotionally. Don't share details. Don't engage in drama. Be vague, monotonous, and indifferent. Keep your responses short and dull. Watch as they unravel when they realize they can't get a rise out of you. They'll either move on to a new target or expose themselves through overreaction, because without your energy, they're powerless. Tactic number 4, the subtle reframe. Toxic people thrive by keeping you on the defensive. They attack, you defend, they stay in control. But what happens when you flip the script? Next time someone says, "You really think you can do that? You're not that special," respond with, "That's interesting. Why does my confidence bother you?" Don't defend yourself. Make them explain themselves. This puts them in a position of self-reflection, something they're rarely prepared for, and most can't handle it. Tactic number 5, the silent withdrawal. Here's the truth. You don't have to confront them at all. The most powerful move you can make is to simply pull away, silently. Most manipulators expect drama. They know how to play you when emotions run high. That's how they stay in control. But when you detach without a word, stop sharing your thoughts, stop giving them emotional access, stop revealing anything about your life, they feel the shift, but they can't stop it. They're left in confusion, wondering what changed. Some people don't deserve closure. Let them sit in the silence they created. The final truth. Toxic people only have power over you if you keep feeding them. Stop defending yourself. Stop explaining. Stop reacting. When they see they can no longer control your emotions, they begin to self-destruct. And when that happens, you won't have to remove them from your life. They'll remove themselves. Now comes the final test, and the real red pill. Why most people will never wake up to this. Most people live their lives reacting to energy instead of controlling it. They let external forces dictate their mood, decisions, and even their destiny without realizing it. But here's the truth. Energy isn't just something you feel. It's something you can control. The lost art of energy control. Ancient civilizations understood this. They developed powerful techniques to manipulate energy fields, protect their life force, deflect negativity before it hit them. And here's the most chilling part. Modern systems erased this knowledge on purpose. Because if people knew how to control their energy, they wouldn't be so easy to manipulate. They wouldn't be drained by fake friends, controlled by guilt, or deceived by false support. But once you master these hidden techniques, you become untouchable. Step 1. The hidden science of energy control. Everything in the universe runs on vibration and frequency. Your thoughts, emotions, and even your presence send out energetic waves that others feel. Ancient traditions knew this. The Egyptians used sacred geometry in their temples to amplify personal energy. The Taoists developed systems to master internal energy flow and block outside influence. The Hindus mapped the chakra system to regulate vibration and shield against energy attacks. Yet today, most people are leaking energy without even knowing it. They let toxic people drain them simply by being in the same space. They allow negative thoughts to lower their frequency, and they wonder why they feel exhausted, anxious, and disconnected. The worst part, they have no idea it's happening. But now you do, and that changes everything. In the next section, I'll teach you exactly how to stop energy leakage, raise your frequency, and become immune to manipulation, even in the most toxic environments. Step 2. Energy manipulation tactics that make you unshakable. Now that you understand how energy works, here are powerful tactics to make your energy untouchable. 1. The mirror shield technique. Energy reflects. What you project, you receive. When someone sends negativity your way, visualize a mirror in front of you, reflecting their energy back at them. If someone belittles you, stay silent and neutral. Their words will bounce back and hit them. If someone glares at you with envy, stand tall, breathe slowly, and return their gaze without emotion. They'll feel exposed because their own energy is now confronting them. 2. The energy anchor method. Energy vampires thrive on instability. That's why monks, warriors, and mystics use anchoring techniques to stay grounded. How to anchor yourself. Stand with your feet firmly planted. Visualize roots extending deep into the earth. Take a deep breath and affirm, "My energy is my own. No one can take it from me." When confronted by chaos, focus your awareness on the soles of your feet. This locks your energy in place and shields you from external disruption. 3. The quantum field control method. Science proves your thoughts generate electromagnetic fields that influence your surroundings. Elite societies and ancient rulers understood this. They guarded their minds like treasure. How to apply this? Before any interaction, imagine a protective force field around you. Set your intention, calm, controlled, and untouchable. When faced with conflict, speak slowly and calmly. Toxic people thrive on emotional chaos. Disrupt it with presence. Observe, don't absorb. Treat emotional attackers like experiments in energy. Watch, but do not engage. Once you master these, you become a fortress. Manipulators disappear when they realize they can't affect you. Beyond protection, bending reality itself. Most people think reality is static, dictated by fate, luck, or randomness. But reality bends to frequency. Mystics, shamans, and secret societies have always known this. They used sound, ritual, and energy manipulation to shape their outcomes. Today, this knowledge is hidden because a fully empowered person can't be controlled. Step 1. The secret power of vibrational frequencies. Everything vibrates: your body, your thoughts, your emotions. Hidden truth. Certain frequencies can shift your state of mind, and even alter reality. Schumann resonance, 7.83 Hz. The Earth's natural frequency keeps your energy and nervous system in sync. Fix it. Spend 5 minutes in silence daily. Walk barefoot on natural ground. Avoid chaotic, angry, or toxic spaces. They knock you out of alignment. 432 Hz versus 440 Hz. Ancient music used 432 Hz, promotes healing, clarity, and balance. In the 20th century, music was shifted to 440 Hz, a frequency that induces stress and disconnect. Fix it. Listen to music tuned to 432 Hz. Search online playlists. Speak in a lower, slower tone. It grounds you and makes you energetically dominant in any interaction. Step 2. Ancient energy rituals for protection. 1. The fire burn method used by shamans to sever energetic ties. Write the name of a toxic person or situation on paper. Safely burn the paper. As the smoke rises, visualize the cord between you dissolving. This ritual breaks emotional and energetic attachments. 2. The water reflection ritual, used by Egyptian and Mayan healers to cleanse energy. Fill a bowl with still water. Gaze into it and visualize all negativity leaving your body. When finished, pour the water into the earth to release that stagnant energy. 3. The salt and smoke. Purge. Salt absorbs energy. Place a small bowl of salt in your space. Smoke clears energy. Use incense or herbs like sage to purify your environment. These tools aren't just for defense, they're for transformation. In the next section, you'll learn how to raise your energetic frequency permanently and attract only what's aligned with your higher self. This is how you stop reacting to the world and start creating it. Step 3. The final shift. Programming your reality with energy. Mastery reality is not fixed. It's a reflection of the energy you emit. Ancient rulers and spiritual masters didn't just protect their energy, they manipulated it to shape their lives. The way you think, speak, and feel creates an electromagnetic field around you. That field is what determines your reality. What you focus on expands. What you believe, you attract. Your energy is a frequency dial. Tune into power, and power flows back to you. Once you master this, toxic people, negativity, and chaos can't touch you. You won't just survive in this world, you'll begin to bend it to your will. Now, ask yourself, are you ready to master it? Most people never will. They stay trapped. Manipulated by fake friends, drained by energy parasites, caught in cycles of self-doubt. And worst of all, they don't even realize it. Carl Jung warned, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. The truth is too painful for most to handle. Ever tried warning someone about a toxic person, only to hear, they didn't mean it like that. I know they're like that, but they're still family. I don't want to overreact. That's cognitive dissonance. When the truth clashes with comfort, people choose denial. Waking up means facing hard truths. Some of your closest people secretly resent you. You've been trained to ignore your instincts. You were told to be polite, even when disrespected. You were taught to forgive and forget, even when someone kept sabotaging you. You were told, family is everything, even if they're holding you back. A society of people who trust their intuition, set boundaries, refuse to be manipulated, can't be controlled. That's why you've been conditioned to doubt your gut, tolerate mistreatment, and stay small. Most never break free, but you're not most. If you've read this far, you already know something is off. You've felt it, those unseen psychological, spiritual, and energetic forces shaping your life. But knowing isn't enough. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you keep ignoring the signs? Keep repeating the same patterns? Or will you step into your power, cut the cords, and rewrite your reality? Because the moment you stop playing their game, their control over you shatters. Most people will defend their manipulators before facing the truth, but you see now. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. Here's how to stay free. Audit your circle. Who drains you? Who uplifts you? Cut the dead weight. Move in silence. Stop sharing plans with people who don't support you. Watch how fast you succeed. Stop explaining yourself. Toxic people thrive on keeping you defensive. Once you stop justifying, they lose their grip. Trust energy over words. If someone's energy feels off, it is off. No more excuses. Become unavailable to manipulation. When you stop reacting, explaining, and engaging, you become untouchable. And remember, when you break free, some people will turn against you. They'll say you've changed. They'll call you selfish. They'll try to guilt you into staying small. Don't fall for it. Their reaction is proof they benefited from your lack of awareness. Let them talk. Let them be offended. Let them remove themselves. Real power doesn't come from pleasing people. It comes from mastering your energy. Now it's your turn. If this hit home, leave a comment. I see it now. Like and subscribe if you're done falling for the lies. You've just been handed the truth. What will you do with it?